This video tutorial is about playing solos on bass. Now I hear a lot of people playing some great stuff on YouTube all the time, and most of the solos I hear are not spontaneous. They wrote the solos out or practiced them and memorized them and played them. They still sound great. They sound beautiful. I love some of the things I hear. The ultimate thing to me is to improvise spontaneously. That's what jazz players do. That's what a lot of the rock players do on their solos. The examples I'm going to show you on this tutorial I took out of a book I wrote in 1981 called Progressive Technique for Electric Bass. When I wrote that book, I wrote it with the thought that I would write exercises that would not only improve your technique, that you could also use to improvise with. All the examples will be in the key of G only, just to make things simple. I start from the root, then the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. When I get to the sixth, I wind up landing on the A, which is right above the octave, and then I go to the G and start descending from there. When I descend from there, from the fifth, I wind up going 4 notes, and I wind up on the A, which is once again the same note that I wound up stopping on when I was ascending. I stop on the same note when I'm descending. And then from there I have 2 choices. I can either go back to the G and play it over again, I can do that, or when I get to the D, go down from the D, I start on A flat. I start on the next key up a half step away. Once again, when I land on the second degree of the A flat scale, I am right a half step above the A, so I start on A. Okay, I'm landing on the second degree of the scale of the A scale, which is a half step above B flat, and I'm right there. My finger is ready to go. Then I start on the B flat. So once again, I wind up on the second degree of the B flat scale, which is a half step above B, and I will play B. Now the whole idea of this was to create an exercise that you continuously play. I just went up 4 keys, G, A flat, A, B flat, but usually when I play this as a warm-up, I'll go up to the 12th fret, and I'll try to play it perfectly without any errors, and the time always moving. Up next are 6 examples I created to show you how these patterns can be made more melodic so you can use them in solos. All the examples are in the lower register in the key of G, second position. I encourage you to use the examples as a reference to create your own ideas. Also, I suggest you take these patterns and transpose them up an octave on each of the 6 examples. I first play them fast, then I play them slow along with close-ups of my hand and tablature. Then I analyze them to show you what made them sound a little different and perhaps more melodic to use in a solo. So example 1 is in the key of G. It starts out on the 4th degree of the scale, and it goes down 4 notes, true to form of the patterns of these exercises. So next we have this note, which is sort of out of place, but that's a variation. That's what makes it interesting. It's one scale tone down from the first set of 4 notes descending. Then it goes up. It goes up to the A, which is the 9 or the major second of the G scale, and goes down 4 notes again. But the whole thing is, because we put this note in right here, the 4-note scale now starts on an offbeat, which creates, a little bit of an interesting sound. It's not so predictable, I guess. Go, okay. So that goes down 4 notes, and that's true to form once again. But it's starting on the offbeat, as I said. Now we have 3 notes that go down from the 5th of the scale, the D, C, B, but only 3 notes. So this is the variation. There's only 3 notes instead of 4, but it still sort of follows the pattern of 4 notes at a time. Then we resolve on the G right here. So let's take a look at example 2. First off, we have 4 notes going up from the root, G, A, B, C. Then we have 4 notes going up from the 3rd beat, and that would be 4 notes. But in this example, we have an additional note right here, which is a passing tone, a C sharp, which kind of makes it a 4-note pattern with a passing tone in the middle. I guess that's what I might call it. Now, once again, as in example 1, because that extra note is in there, the next 4 notes in the pattern would come here starting on the offbeat. So the thing is, on this one, it does another variation. It only goes up 3 notes. And in another variation, it starts from the 6th. In the patterns we practice, it would start from 4 notes from the root, 4 notes from the 2nd degree of the scale, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and so forth. But this example starts from the root 4 notes, then it starts from the major second, which is in line, but has a passing tone in between. Then the 3rd set of notes starts from the 6th, so you got 1, 2, and then 6, but it only goes up 3 notes. Then the last beats on the 4-note pattern, it goes up from the 6th as normal. It goes up 4 notes, consecutive notes in the scale. That's what makes this one tick. Okay, example 4, what's going on? We have the first 4 notes going down, descending on the G, from the G, the root. The second 4 notes going down from A, which is the major second of the 9. And the third 4 notes has a little bit of a change here. We have a dotted quarter note, which gives you a delay, but yet still it does go down 4 notes. Then we go down from the root again, 4 notes, right down the scale. And then we go from the 6th, right down the scale, 4 notes.
So I don't know what makes this interesting is the first two patterns going down go up in a scale-wise fashion like the exercises did, but then from here we have a third descending, right? And then the next one would be a root, which is a major third away descending, and then the next one from the E would be a minor third away descending. I suppose this is what makes it interesting. I remember some time ago I was at a friend's house and I saw this book. It was called The Creative Process, and I read it. And the only thing I remember about this book, it was very interesting, is that complex equals compound simplicity. And I think that's what this might be. We're talking about a simple scale pattern, and we compounded it. We added, changed the degrees where the pattern started, put in a rest here and there, displaced it a quarter of a note, and or an eighth note, and this made it sound different. And I don't know, is this complex or is it compound simplicity?
Learning to improvise is one of the better things I ever decided to do. I hope you enjoyed this video and start to get to work on this. You'll never regret it, I assure you. Having said that, if you like this video, please subscribe. I have plenty more coming. Please leave a thumbs up.
Please subscribe.